Hello everyone, this is Seb from BinaryOptionsProductReview.com and welcome to today's webinar, Thursday the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. It is Star Wars Day, and so yeah, and let's get on with it. So today I have open Optionbot, Auto Trader Robot and Option Robot. So, so many robots. Anyway, we are going to be talking about all three and basically how to efficiently and effectively use all three softwares. It's probably one of the questions that I get daily, if not all the time, how to effectively use any software to your advantage. Okay, and it doesn't matter how many times I do these videos, okay, then people will still need a reminder, but that is why I am here doing these videos for you guys. I do recommend, however, if you are struggling with anything, please go onto my YouTube channel and have a look at some of my previous videos. It is very, very important. I have so much information on my YouTube channel. I have over 350 videos on anything binary options, whether that's analyzing trends, how to do trend reversal, how to trace support and resistance. Is so much there for you guys to look at. Okay, so anyhow, let's get on with it. So first thing we're going to be looking at is Option Robot and how to use Option Robot effectively. Okay, so it's all about, with Option Robot, analyzing the trends. Okay, for me, I find this is most effective because you need to always have the trend MACD activated. This is just to ensure that it will constantly be analyzing the trends and the moving average of whichever currency pair you have clicked. I have each of them clicked so I can have a nice wide variety. Now, just having a look at the 15 minutes intraday on the Euro USD, we can clearly see from 6:30 in the morning there's been a very clear upwards trend, which is why Option Robot is giving us a call signal. Oh no, okay, it's faded. But it is probably faded because that was showing a red candle and it's fluctuating between a red and a green candle, and it doesn't want to show you a signal because it knows that it is currently fluctuating in the market. If we zoom in a little bit and just go on intraday one, there's the that's the upwards trend, but obviously in a more zoomed out view, so you can see any red candles that are there in sight. Now this is why there is no longer a signal there, because of the fact, that it is flickering at the moment between a red and a green candle. The overall trend is going up, but if you can see that it's a put signal, for example, there's not one there to show you, but if it was showing a red put signal and you can see a couple of red candles, don't forget that you can actually change the expiry here to anywhere from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 30 minutes, because at some point or other it's going to continue going up. Why is it going to continue going up? Because from 6:30 in the morning it's had a very clear upwards trend and it can only keep following the trend until the market closes. That's with Option Robot. That's one example. We will go back for it, don't worry. And now we're going to move on to Auto Trading Robot. Now this is using two support and resistance lines. Okay, you can move them up and down whichever way you want. You can move them further up, as you can see here. You can't move the green one where the line is, and you can't move the red one below the white line either. Okay, either way, you can move them as close together as you want to, like that, but obviously that's bloody stupid. So this is where you would trade support and resistance. So this is currently looking at the Euro GBP. Let's get the Euro GBP up and have a quick look at this. So as you can see, Euro GBP, we have to try and identify some support and resistance markers. Now, this is actually best doing it on either intraday 5, 10 or 15. Okay, it's very hard to do it on one, because on one you're literally seeing every single movement that the market does, which is not going to give you a very clear indication of a support and resistance line. In either way, you can even use the enhanced trading view. If we get the Euro GBP up as seen here, we can very clearly see more support and resistance markers. Now, trying to identify it on some currency pairs can be rather difficult than others. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little flick through some of them now. This is the AUD USD, for example. So I'm trying to find some very obvious support and resistance. I can show you little bits, but there's no point. Okay, here's a good thing to show you about the Euro USD that I was talking about on Option Robot. As you can see there, a very clear upwards trend. Let's try out the GBP USD. That's an upwards trend, but it's gone fairly neutral actually. GBP USD probably isn't the best currency pair to trade on at the moment, seeing that. Nope. USD JPY. No, not really. Let me try zooming in. Let me just move the chat out the way. No, there's nothing clear there. Euro JPY. It's a very clear upwards trend. See, right now, the way I'm looking at the market, I would only be doing trend trading, me personally, because I can very clearly see the upwards and downwards trends in the market. Trying to identify support and resistance probably right now at this particular time isn't really the best idea. Don't get me wrong, anything can happen in the market, and maybe in a couple of hours you'll be able to identify some support and resistance. But let me just show you exactly what it is. If I go back onto ATR, it's basically, say if I was to put the red line there, where that white marker is, okay, well it's moved now obviously, and the green one there. So if I placed it on the bottom section where it just hit, and then this is on the top section, like so, that is a support and resistance, basically where it bounces between the 2 points, 2 pivot points, 2 strike points, the highest and the lowest, okay, we're within a very small period of time. This is why you can fluctuate the red and the green, as you can see here. So if I was to think it's going to bounce back when it hits this low point here, as you can see where my mouse is, I would put the green there. I can see then it's at 0.84784. I would click on it. I would click on open price trigger, 0.84784, and then I'll just click OK, and then there you go. There's my line there. When it hits that bottom line, it's going to bounce back up, just like it did here. And that's just fluctuated upwards, so I'm going to take that away, because I did not expect that to happen. I'll tell you that right now. So the Euro GBP has just had a massive spike. So this is probably something to do with the economic calendar. If we have a quick look, no, it actually wasn't. It was just a random spike. Okay, so I'm going to place one of these strike points here at the high point. Okay, there we go. So when it hits that point again, I think it's going to bounce back down. I'm just going to leave that there while we move on to Optionbot Pro. And just also, guys, don't forget that you can find the links to all these softwares in the description. And also, one other thing, if you guys do want to be part of these teaching webinars, okay, you guys can get hold of me and Simon, okay? They are free, so don't worry about it, but you just have to get set up with a software. You have to register and deposit through our affiliate links, but we will guide you through it, okay? Because it's very important that you are doing it correctly, because some people come back to us saying they've already deposited, and it doesn't quite work like that, because we've got no way to see if you have deposited or not, okay? I don't track email addresses, I can't track anything else, okay? It's just this little 20-digit number that appears when you deposit, which is why when you guys deposit and Simon tells me, then I can say, okay, yes, it's shown or not. So guys, please get a hold of me and Simon before you register, before you deposit, just so then you can be a part of our webinars. If you've already registered, that's absolutely fine. We will re-register you alongside us. Just like what these people have done here. Before we move on, I'm just going to quickly go through a few questions that a few people on the webinar have asked. The reason why also, guys, those of you who watch on YouTube, the reason why I'm going through each of these free softwares is because, okay, oh, as you can see, I've just won that trade. It was only a $5. It was only a $5 trade, but it was just there as an example, a demonstration. So before we move on, I just want to say why I'm going through each of these softwares and how to use them is generally because I know there are some of you that have already deposited without mine and Simon's help, and you guys do need that little bit of extra help, okay, that we have to give. Okay, I'm not going to leave anyone in the dark. That's not what I want to do at all. But also, everyone in the webinar has requested that I do and how to use on Option Robot, Optionbot, and ATR, which is why I am doing that now, because there are people in this webinar that are obviously using these free softwares, so I'm going to be doing every single one, so everyone gets that, you know, bit of information and no one's left behind. So then we come to Optionbot. Now, here's another graph very similar to ATR. Personally, it's a bit more compressed, so you can see the movements maybe a bit easier than rather it being so stretched out as much, which, to be honest, isn't really a big difference. But when you really want to identify those spikes, then yeah, in all fairness, it can can make a lot of difference. It can make a difference between a win or a loss, and in binary options that is absolutely vital. Now, as you can see here, how you would use Optionbot. Now, personally, using support and resistance can be good, but the only way you can do support and resistance is by identifying it here on the charts. Now, that's not always an easy task to do. So maybe what you can do instead of doing that is using Optionbot to do a user settings profile. Now, what I mean by this is these trends here in the corner, okay? Now, this is where it gets quite interesting with Optionbot, and I've always liked this. I have it so whenever the market goes past these number of pips, okay, on only particular currency pairs that it supports, okay, then it will give me a trend alert here, just like Option Robot would do here, okay. So back at 12:37, which was 2 minutes ago, it said GBP JPY put. If I go to GBP JPY here on the graph, it said put just because at that particular point it was going down, okay. That was at 37, so 37's here. As you can see, it gave me that put because it analyzed from the past like 2, maybe 3 minutes, maybe even 1 minute, that it actually started going down. Now, I don't know the technology behind Optionbot, so I don't know exactly when it's going to give you that trend, but when it does come up with the alert, as you can see, it did it here, okay, but then it hit a trend reversal and it started going back up again. Okay, so you can change this at any point. I can have it so it says 10 if I really wanted to, and that's where it's going to obviously identify a much bigger strike. Let me just change that to 5 and then update and save. There we go, updated. So now I'll get rid of that, and you can either use that method, it's completely up to you, or you can just do a plain and simple chart analysis. Now you can obviously do that here as well, because obviously it's candlestick. My personal preference is using FX Street, just because then I can actually deeply analyze the candlestick, the way it's actually going. Now, as you can see here, for a very clear example, it is going up, and Option Robot has given us a call. So I'm going to be placing a call right now on Option Robot. I'm going to do it now, yes, at 0.84826. Now, what we're going to do is, while we're going to wait for that, we're going to really quickly go back to Optionbot. As you can see, the AUD USD is absolutely flat as a pancake. Now, when you are trading using Optionbot, okay, there's many things you can use. I just said obviously support and resistance. You can use the user settings and get trend alerts, as you can see in the corner. Okay, you're not going to get obviously the trend alerts all the time, as you know, it's got to hit that particular spike first before it gives you it. Okay, those of you who are looking for more alerts, then obviously Option Robot could be the one for you. Those of you who are looking to trade pure support and resistance, then Auto Trading Robot is going to be the one for you. Those of you who want to do trend trading and support and resistance, then I probably recommend Optionbot, okay, and also the user settings as well that Optionbot has. Obviously you guys know that I use all softwares that are available. I don't just flicker between one, and as you can see, we just caught that to look at it going in the money right there. So yeah, we've had a couple of good trades, and now I'm going to demonstrate one on Optionbot now, just to round it off. And then if anyone's got any, then we'll do a small Q&A at the end of the video. And as if it's just got that. Is that because you placed a trade, or because you understood me? Is that because you placed a trade? Okay, you got the trade. Oh, well done. Well done, Asif. Well done, well done, well done. Very, very glad to hear. So, let's get down to it. Now, AUD USD, absolute no-no. Especially right now, anyhow. Let's go to Euro USD. Let's check out this particular pairing. This. Rob was in the money. I'm going to go over put trade. The Euro USD was in the money. Very good. I'm going to go over put trade on GBP USD. I'm going in for that trend reversal hit. So basically what I did here, guys, is I looked at the support and resistance. So it hit there. It bounced back up to this particular point here, the exact same point of what it hit at 2886, and I reckon it's going to start coming back down again, which it's not at the moment. Come on, let's give me a little bit of luck at least. Why don't we? Ah, there we go. Oh, bless. The dog upstairs, man. By the way, anyone in the webinar have any questions, please feel free to ask away. Anybody in the webinar have any questions whatsoever? Boom! In the money. Much larger trade that was. Okay, Seb, are you going to trade tomorrow with the non-farm payrolls? You know, someone else actually asked me that as well. Now, I'm not sure. I'm only saying not sure because I like to watch it. I'm not going to lie. When you watch other people trading, it's a lot funner, even though people can actually earn a lot of money from that. But I tell you what I might do, guys. I tell you what I might do, okay? What I might do is tomorrow, I might do a live trading session just before that hits on YouTube, all live, so we can all come together and do it together. I'm thinking that might be a lot better. But yeah, today has been a good day for trading, as in, well, now anyway. But I'm not going to be trading any more today. I'll tell you that right now. Hang on a minute. Someone just sent me a message on Skype saying, invite, please. Ratchet, tomorrow it will be just before the non-farm payouts, and that's at GMT. So that will be at 1:30 UK time, I believe. Did you have the webinar already? Okay. I'm just going to put myself on Do Not Disturb on Skype. Give me a second, guys. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so talking about the non-farm payrolls. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow. That's at 1:30 GMT UK time, 12:30 GMT. Because if that's showing like that, then yeah, I need. Let me try and just refresh that. There we go. There we go. So let's have a look at the there we go. The non-farm pairs bit 1:30 tomorrow, guys, and I'll set up a live trading recording session to do that tomorrow. I think that'll definitely be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? I think that's what we're going to do though, which is good. But anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this little trading session and this little Q&A and this little how to use each particular software to its advantage. Also on Tuesday, those of you who are watching and couldn't attend today's webinar, please attend Tuesdays. I want us all to be there. If you're not going to be able to attend Tuesdays, please attend the non-farm roll payouts tomorrow, which I will be streaming live on YouTube, which will be pretty good. I like to trade just as they come up, to be perfectly honest. But I can never fit a bloody webinar around when they're going to do it. Because if you look here on the economic calendar, they're either at stupid o'clock or when it's lunchtime. So, yeah. But we'll definitely have to change that at some point. I'm telling you that now. But don't worry, guys. I'll definitely be sorting something out for tomorrow. Like always, those of you in the webinar, please thank you very much for attending. If you've got any questions about tomorrow's trading session or about the non-farm roll payouts, give me a message on Skype a bit of a later on. Just give me time to reply because I've got to go and have my lunch now. Okay. And so, yeah, but thank you very much, guys, for attending. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click the little bell icon next to it so you can get notifications whenever I'm uploading a video, whenever I'm doing a live trading stream. Also, guys, please don't forget to like this video as well. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you.